Have you ever heard of a ghost story born from the very earth it's told on? Deep in the lowlands of southern Illinois, along the ever-shifting Mississippi River, lies the tale of the glowing cemetery of Kaskaskia. This place was once a bustling French colonial town, the very first capital of Illinois. Today, it's an island, almost a ghost itself, cut off from the rest of the state. But the real story begins when the sun goes down and an otherworldly light begins to glow. Back in the 1800s, the mighty Mississippi started to swallow the original town of Kaskaskia. The residents had to make a heartbreaking choice: move their homes and their dead. Entire cemeteries were exhumed and painstakingly moved to higher ground, to what is now Garrison Hill Cemetery. It was grim, hurried work. Many graves were unmarked, and some say not all the souls were moved completely. It was a disturbance, an interruption of their eternal rest. Soon after this massive relocation, riverboat captains navigating the dark waters of the Mississippi started reporting a strange sight. On moonless nights, a soft, bluish glow would appear along the bluffs near the new cemetery. They'd steer closer, thinking it was a lantern, but the lights would vanish, only to reappear higher up the hill, scattered among the tombstones. Locals who dared to investigate told chilling stories of sudden cold spots and disembodied whispers on windless nights. They described seeing faint, translucent figures in 18th century clothing, their faces lit by an eerie, phosphorescent glow. Were these the spirits of the early settlers whose graves had been so hastily moved? Or was it something else? A ghostly echo of the drowned town, its lost citizens forever keeping watch over their flooded home. They say that every year, on the anniversary of the Great Flood that destroyed old Kaskaskia, the glowing returns, stronger and more vibrant than ever. The entire cemetery seems to shimmer, and a low hum is said to rise from the ground, like distant church bells ringing from beneath the water. Modern visitors have tried to capture this with cameras, and at first, the photos show nothing but darkness. But when they look closer, faint outlines emerge from the shadows, glowing crosses, the flicker of a face, or the ghostly trace of candlelight hovering in midair. Is it swamp gas? A trick of the moonlight? Or is it truly the restless souls of Kaskaskia? No one knows for sure. But the locals will tell you one thing: don't walk the cemetery paths after midnight. They say those lights aren't meant to be followed, because if you do, you might just find yourself standing before your own grave, glowing softly in the mist. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the shadows. Stay curious.